Okay, so it's London session, and I was demo trading it just to, I mean, I was tape trading it just to get the hang of it and remind myself and come back into the trading game because we were taking a break over the Christmas. So firstly, this is the first trading day of the year. As you can see, we have red folder news, meaning that we can trade today, and that day is actually good to trade. So here on the daily time frame, so we know, okay, it's gonna be a little messy because of all of these marks, but we see this weekly fair value gap, and we are going lower to the external range of liquidity, which is this swing low right here. So this fair value gap to this swing low, and on the daily time frame, we have the same right here. So we see all this move, then we create a fair value gap. This would be the break of structure, and then, I mean, there's no break of structure because we are already going lower, but here we have, so we can delete these. This daily fair value gap, and then you have the same scenario right here. So daily fair value gap, internal range liquidity onto the external range liquidity, which is these relative lows that we are close to. So that is the target. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. So here we can see this 4-hour fair value gap, and that is basically all that I was looking at when it comes to the 4-hour fair value gap. We have these sell-side liquidities right here. So a lot of sell-side liquidity, as you can see. And then we can jump to the 1-hour time frame where we can see this is just a swing trade that I'm looking at, but you can ignore it. So on the 1 hour, there's nothing much. You can only see that we had this small 1 hour fair value gap, but we had other more important PD arrays than that. So let's up to the 15-minute. So the 15-minute, on the 15-minute, you can see. So I decided to mark out the whole London range, the whole kill zone, but the reality is that the trade happened right between 3 and 4, just like so basically silver bullet, you know. So on the 15-minute we have these Asia high and Asia low, which Asia high got a pretty good range, honestly. I did not expect it, but yeah, it didn't play any play. I mean, it didn't play any play. It didn't do us anything good. So firstly, we are inside the 4-hour fair value gap and we are pushing lower. We reached into this 15-minute order block and we are pushing lower. So we are definitely bearish, and that's the first thing that we can check off of the checklist. So let's actually do it right now. So let's have the checklist right here. So bias, we have it. Okay. Now we are looking at, we marked out everything. So let me actually replay this so that you can actually watch it with me. So we are looking at price here. So we have this buy side liquidity pool right here and this small fair value gap right here. Basically we are waiting for anything to play out. I was watching it in 2-minute. This 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, so we are watching price like this, and we are waiting for a sip of liquidity and a reach into a fair value gap. So okay, you can see the price is just basically, this was a false entry, I mean a fake out basically, because we have a break of structure right here and a 2-minute fair value gap that you can enter on. So this would be the fake entry that you should not take. So the stop loss can be even like, let's say 3.5, which is my minimum, or above the fair value gap you see right here. And the target can be this or whatever you want below, but you'll see why. So why this didn't work? Well, price only did this move to go back into this 15-minute fair value gap. So price created a 15-minute fair value gap, and then price decided to go lower into it. Now mind you, this trade, this right here had everything, because we are inside of the 4-hour fair value gap, and we created a break of structure with a fair value gap, and we have a clear target. But the problem is that we didn't sweep any liquidity. So on the 15-minute time frame, if you look at it, we didn't sweep anything right here. So this is why this trade wasn't valid and I wasn't participating in it. And you can see we get stopped out right away. Now the key thing is right here. So you get a sweep of liquidity right here, so we can check that out. Variation into a fair value gap, we can check that out. Right here, even if this fair value wasn't present, it was still good because we had this huge 4-hour fair value gap. Now, at this point, what you're looking at is a break of structure with a sweep of liquidity. Okay, so let's do it the silver bullet. We had two entries on the 1 minute time frame and the 2 minute time frame, but one of these on the 1 minute time frame would not be valid in terms of the silver bullet if you are directly looking at the time zone. Okay, so we have clear drawn liquidity below these. Okay, so you can see that by going on the 50-minute time frame, you have this low, and you have right here, this is the 50-minute fair value gap, which would be the target. So why? Because it's in premium, I mean in discount of this move up. So you go back to the 2-minute time frame and you look at price and you wait for the, let's do 1 minute just to show you the entry firstly. Okay, so there's no break of structure, but right here you see a break of structure. Okay, so this would be because we close below this, and then we have a 1 minute fair value gap right here. So this would be your first entry that you can take right here. The stop has to be above this, and then you can target all of these liquidities right here. So 3R, I usually target 3R. So yeah, this would be the first trade, and this would be a little bit outside the zone of the silver bullet. So if you're trading the London kill zone, you should be fine with this trade, and you can see that it played out in the end. But let's go back and let's see the 2-minute entry. So on the 2-minute, so this was a 1 minute break of structure and 1 minute fair value gap. So at the 2-minute, you can see that price created a impulse move to the downside. Okay, so this candle did the break of structure right here. So as you can see, we were going lower, higher, and then price did a break of structure with a lot of displacement. And then in that case, all you can do is mark out this range that it created like this, and then you can see, or let's say that it's this as this candle closed, or when it pushed lower, and then all you can see is put a fair value gap, first fair value gap in the premium of this move, which would be this exact fair value gap. And this was the trade that I would be taking if we were trading the IC silver bullet in the London session. Stop has to be above this high right here that created the sweep of liquidity, and you can target a 1, 2, 3, which will be the close of this 15-minute fair value gap. So let's target the whole close, and this will be your trade on the 2-minute time frame. Okay, so yeah, these are the two trades that are actually good to take. Now with this trade, the time is right, and you have the break structure and an entry, okay, or the fair value gap. So also one thing that I made a mistake when I was watching price is that I actually wanted to enter on, I mean, I was looking at entering this trade right here. So I was looking at this as the break of structure, and then I was looking at this fair value gap, this 1 minute fair value gap. Now there's nothing wrong with entering on this 1 minute fair value gap like this, but the problem is that my stop was this. Okay, so I will have a rather bad risk to reward, and a rather bad stop loss, which is bad, because this is basically chasing price. Because if you go back right here, you can see that this right here would be the setup on the 1 minute time frame. So this setup would be still good if you put your stop above the high that swept the liquidity, but the problem is that then you would have really bad risk to reward, as you can see. I mean, it's not bad, 1 to 1.5 is still very good, but the best entry that you could have taken was probably this 1 minute right here. But if you're trading directly the silver bullet, then you have to enter on a fair value gap. Your entry has to be inside of the 3 to 4 hour, so this would be your best entry that you can take. And this would be my usual setup if I was looking at this. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching.